Hi, this is the first Big Picture Bitcoin video. Most of the stories about Bitcoin in the media are about the price, but there's so much more going on than just some investment opportunity. Bitcoin has the capacity to cause a profound shift in economics and politics, and in this series, I want you to get that big picture. So let's leave to one side the investment and the technology and have a look at what's happening and what's possible. Incidentally, when I talk about Bitcoin, I'm including the blockchain, all the other coins, smart contracts, ICOs, the whole crypto economy. So let's start. Here's the first big picture. Bitcoin lets you digitally transfer money without the need for a trusted third party. A bank, right? It means you don't need a bank. You can securely transmit money totally outside the banking system that we know and love. And there's the problem right there. Imagine trying to introduce something that makes banks redundant. Well, banks are not very enthusiastic about Bitcoin. In fact, they won't let you buy crypto on a credit card. The reason they give for that is that they're worried you're going to overcommit on a volatile asset. But the real reason, if you read the Bank of America's annual report, is that banks regard cryptocurrencies, quote, as a competitive threat. And that's the second big picture. Bitcoin is a threat to banks. Now, banks have a powerful ally, government. Money's created by government using the banks. The banks get to create official money out of nothing, which they can lend for profit, and the government gets to control the distribution of money. In return for the amazing profits that banks make, they help government control the flow of money, because the government's second main concern after getting elected is that people and companies find a way of avoiding paying tax. And that's the third big picture. Bitcoin scares government. It's a competitor to the currency that they issue and control, and they can't monitor it. Potentially, you could hide some money and not pay tax. Not that you do that. Governments say that they're worried that terrorists will use the network to hide money. What they're really worried about is that the mainstream are going to use it to avoid paying tax. The funny thing is, the National Crime Agency in the UK says that hundreds of billions of dollars are being laundered through Western banks in London. That amount of money being laundered in one city is more than the total amount of Bitcoin in circulation. So if governments are worried about that, they're looking in the wrong place. Governments control issue of money, and they want to keep it that way. They worry that you're going to cheat on your tax, and they are massively not interested in legalizing Bitcoin. Banks, they're making hideous profits, and all they want to do is protect the status quo. So, big picture number 4. Banks and government hate crypto and will fight it. Not just resist it, demonize it, reject it, and fight it. In places where they can, like China, they'll just ban it, which is what they've done. In other places where they need to be seen to be progressive, they'll just regulate the shit out of it. Again, they've already started to do that. Meanwhile, banks are adopting the security side of blockchain technology, and governments will do the same. But neither of them want to encourage the currency side of things. On the other hand, a little bit of competition in the banking sector might be a good thing. And this is a major innovation in money, and the government is responsible for money. Specifically, they're responsible for taxing, spending, and regulating. But they're not just responsible for maintaining the status quo in those areas, they're actually responsible for the innovation as well. And given that Bitcoin is the biggest innovation in money since credit, they should be adopting a progressive attitude towards it. But there's no sign that that's happening. The irony is that the more the government tries to separate cryptocurrency and legal currency, the more attractive they make it to criminals. They're handing control to the dark economy of the most powerful and innovative currency ever developed, and I don't think that's very smart. In our next video, we'll have a look at the benefits of the unleashed Bitcoin economy.